Hello, beautiful people. It's me. Welcome to another program workout of mine. Let's get into it. We'll be doing spring tutorial today, and we will continue in improving my typing abilities, hopefully. And I don't have my timers, so it's the 5-minute timer, and I want my 25-minute timer. Here we go. Uh, yeah, this was much worse. Well, yeah, just stick to it. Okay. So that was it. Stop this timer, start the other timer. I'll have a look in my notes what I'm doing next, and it seems to be I'm here, and I'm looking at that. Okay, whatever that means. Okay, I'll just close those and open it again. So I did return here in the auto wiring, and I think I went to by name over here. So if I go here and I open the link, yeah, so that's the by name, and here is some example which I want to try. So if I remember correctly, I did have two classes, and one will be injected into another one. Oh, there's a new updates. Presentation assistant. Sure, why not? Update. Sure. That will take a lot of time. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Well, I did it already. Maybe I can shift this guy a little bit to the right meanwhile. Okay, good. So before my IntelliJ loads, you can have a look here. And it says what? So we have here the inner bean sync, and then we have my bean, which and we have a beans. And here will be the magic happening in the configuration. So normally we will have a bean. The ID will be my bean, for example, and now I specify the class to it. So let's say come example my bean. Here we go, and then we have either the constructor things or the property. So if I remember correctly, so the quote unquote normal way to do this is to set a property, and here I will create a bean before going there. It will be the inner bean. Class will be the com example dot inner bean, like so. And what's the problem here? No matching constructor. Inner bean string name. Okay, so if I have a look here, I have the string name, so I will go back and I will say constructor arc, and name will be name, and the value will be inner bean name, like so. and maybe self-closing tag is okay. Now, normally I will inject property name, and this will be no injections. Come on, it was okay. So I have a look in here. Oh, and that's why. So here is nothing. So I will say private inner bean, inner bean, like so. And maybe I will here create a constructor with the inner bean, and after that I will create getter and setters. Yep, like so. Now if I go to beans, I can inject it in a bean and property name in a bean, and now what value? Oh no, it will be a ref. So ref will be in a bean like so. And as well, I want the self-closing tag over here. So if you have that application now configured for this file, if I do this, it will do nothing again. Maybe some settings. Spring configuration, go away. And so have that. Now I can run the main application in here, and the mine bean I'll just create it. Then I can, okay, so the inner bean I will create a toString. I will override the toString, and that will be here, override toString, and we will have not that, but we will return this, or just I can say name like that, or toString. Interesting how it looks. I will keep it. And we append the name in here. Okay, so we have that. Now in the main application, I will do my bean dot get inner bean dot get name, and we will print it out. So I will do this. This, that should be sufficient, I think. So I'll try to run the application from here. Process action blocked. Okay, stupid firewall thingy. Exit. Okay, so we have inner bean. Get. Oh, okay. So look at that. Yes. Okay, yeah, the inner bean does not have the thing. So in the constructor, I want to print out that we are using the constructor. So I will say inner bean constructor, like so. And when I rerun it now, I will get the Control F5. Okay, so we have inner being constructor, then that one, and that one. If I would do in the beans, it would not be constructor arc, but I will say property. Property name will be name, and value will be equal to inner being name from footer. I think I will just leave it like so. Yeah, and I will rerun it. This will not say constructor, but it will say the setter. No, no, it blew up. Why? Warning, canceling refresh attempt. Unsatisfied dependency satisfaction. Error creating bean with name my bean. Unsatisfied dependency expressed through constructor parameters 0. Oh, yeah, because I don't have on inner bean. There's currently exists only one way how to create the inner bean, and that is with the parameter. So I have to create a constructor without a parameter. Constructor. Okay. Like so. Um, that would be it. And now if I rerun it, that should work. Here we go. So we did create it. Maybe I can print out here as well that we have in here. So I say salt and there bean, and here I will say, oh, I should put it in the quotes. In a bean, no arc constructor, and here I will say string arc constructor. Yeah, like so. So I will go the beans, and if I run it again, we will see the same thing. So no argument constructor. And then we have called to the setter, and then we have called to the getter, which will give us this. If I revert to the previous version, which creates the bean via its constructor, it will say the string arc, well, the constructor with, yeah, create bean with the constructor with the argument using the constructor with arguments. So that is that. Now I want to say somehow that it will be wired by name, right? This is the gist of this lesson over here. Auto wiring, and the auto wiring is we have this over here, so that is okay. And now if we specify like how it is auto wired, somehow it should work. But so what is it? Auto wire by name on this level. Okay, so I can remove this. Then I go here and I say heal. So right now if I run it, it will blow up because it doesn't have the inner beam, right, property. Oh, it doesn't. That is interesting. I was thinking it will blow up, but it didn't. It did not. So, well, let's see what I did. So I have my bean, I have get inner bean, and okay, so I will go to my bean and I will output some text in here as well. So here it is the getter. What is that? No, this is the constructor. Here is the getter. Okay, so I will say here my bean get inner bean has been called, and here I will do my bean and it will be set inner bean like so. So I will just rerun it now. That will show us the usage of the getters and what setters and what's happening, and also maybe here the use of constructor. So I will say my bean inner bean arc constructor. Or maybe I can say this. This will be a little bit better. I'll have overview what is happening. So we are creating the inner beam, then we are setting the name, then the inner beam is print passed in. I thought autovirus set to no. Set name. Well, what I'm trying to figure out right now is that I thought that I have to say autovar by name first. So if I say autovar and I say by name, will it work differently? Maybe I should make a screenshot to compare it. Or can I somehow like, I don't know. Jinx is already running. Okay, so now it is without the auto wiring. I think I'll run it. Take a screenshot of that. Just to compare it. Image. Okay, and now we will put in autovar by name, and I will run it again, and we can compare how different it is. So creating of the inner being is still the same. Then creation of my being. This guy over here is different. So this says without anything, it was creating constructor with the inner beer argument. That is same, but for some reason here is setting the inner being as well. Interesting. And then the rest is the same. Okay, what if I do that? Well, first of all, by name, how we would break it. So by name, I think what is it doing is if I go, if I go to inner being and this, no, my being, and this will not be called inner being, but it will be called differently. Let's say being. Yes, we will do that. Okay, here we go. And this here should break right now, I think. Well, I think I will make, oh, come on. I will make a screenshot of the previous thing. Oh, no, 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 no. Picture. Okay. And we are out of the time. Well. I want to try to run it if it breaks or not. So I'll rerun it. It still works for some reason. Might be this bean, and here the bean. Let's go here. Okay, so for some reason this works. Not sure why. It is different. Do I have the idle wire on? Yeah, by name. Oh well, I will solve this mystery next time because this guy over here says that we are over the time, which means we are done, and done is better than perfect. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.